Whoa. Stop scrolling, have a chat with me. It's gonna get real personal. I wanna talk about the process, the difficulties, the struggles, the emotional baggage that comes with self-acceptance. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I went through a major weight loss transformation. And I always tell everybody that I started by loving myself and accepting myself. I don't know how many of you are like me and spend so much time looking in the mirror and picking yourself apart, or anyone else who's lost a lot of weight or transformed their body and is having difficulty accepting those changes. But I just kind of want to talk about the reality of the situation and what it's like to be a woman trying to love the skin she's in. I would just like to add that being thin or losing weight or making any adjustments to your body is not necessary in order to love it, and you can't make any of those adjustments until you do. So this video is not to say that you should lose weight or try to change your appearance. In fact, it's more about being able to love and accept yourself at any size, no matter what. And for me, that process kind of started with like faking it till I make it. I've struggled with self-confidence my entire life. I always felt like I was just not girly enough, not small enough, not pretty enough. Then eventually, when I gained a lot of weight, the criticism for being a fat girl was astronomical. But when I decided to start working on my mental health, I promised myself that I would just kind of like follow this fake it till you make it attitude. If I didn't love myself enough yet, if I didn't feel confident enough yet to wear what I wanted and act how I wanted, I could pretend. And as silly as that sounds, if you pretend for long enough, you eventually start to feel it. I went so long being ashamed of my size and who I was, my personality and my style, that I didn't know who I was anymore. And you can't fall in love with a stranger, including yourself. And so I treated every day like I was the most confident person in the world. Got dressed up. I made sure that I was heard in every room that I wanted to be heard in. And I didn't let my self-doubt get in the way. It wasn't a perfect process and still not perfect at it. But if you can convince other people that you love yourself, at some point you can convince yourself too. And when you start to exude that confidence, you might be met with backlash. But when those people don't have power over you anymore, it's a really fucking good feeling. Because trust me, if your goal is to lose weight or to change your body in any way, and you think that that will cure your confidence, it won't. I still have to retrain my brain every single day to see myself for the actual size that I am. And I have to remind myself that although now that I've lost this weight, and it seems to be that people find more value in me now that I'm thinner, that mindset is toxic and it does nothing for me. And I can't adopt that mentality. I cannot attribute my value to my weight or how I look. But it's on us as individuals to unlearn all of those toxic beliefs, all of those stereotypes shoved down our throat. Because at the end of the day, this life is between you and you. No one's ever gonna go as hard for you, love you as much, be as loyal than you can be to yourself. So if you're on a journey like me, keep fucking going. Make people uncomfortable. Make yourself uncomfortable and fake it till you make it.
Such a romantic, I never remember how things really happen. I guess you're attractive or something.
Alright, it's harsh truths for each zodiac sign, part 2. All the shit that you don't want to hear, we're gonna talk about it. Alright, first up today is Libra. For starters, Libras, you don't always need to be involved in the gossip. You know everything about everybody all the time, while somehow remaining completely neutral. And that constant neutrality comes from the fact that you guys are so severely worried about being judged by other people, and it takes you forever to make a decision about literally anything, because you want to make sure that you have the proper justification. A lot of you also end up in boring ass relationships because of this, because you date somebody that makes sense instead of somebody that makes you happy. Cloud chasers. Also, stop flaking on people. If you're not going to show up, just say you're not going to show up. I've decided that for Scorpio, I will be concealing my identity because I know you guys like to test them. I also put on my disguise to make fun of you. It's the whole dark and mysterious thing that you guys do. Not as charming as you think it is. And you guys have a really bad habit of getting your feelings extremely hurt when people don't know what's going on with you. We also have a worse habit of never telling anyone. Scorpios have a bad habit of playing dumb as well. They'll laugh things off, pretend they don't understand or don't know, just because they want to catch people on some bullshit. Scorpios are also set off way too easy. You guys get mad or offended so fucking quick. Please relax. You're not Aries. However, you're still ruled by Mars, which makes you extremely aggressive. I'm gonna need you guys to stop fucking your ex's friends after a breakup. Let the person go, and their homies too. Sorry, I really needed a drink before we move on to Sagittarius. Afraid of commitment, afraid of emotion, afraid of failure, and above all, terrified of weakness. When it comes to not being able to admit that you're wrong, you guys take the cake. Much like Libras, you guys also date people that you don't like. That way you don't have to feel so bad when inevitably you get bored. You guys have every tool that you need to be successful. You guys are well-rounded, free-spirited, brave, talented people. Your wild heart often prevents you from sticking to any goals. You guys are the most conceited, insecure people ever, and a lot of you hyper-focus way too much on your body. You look fine, let it go. Well, up next is Capricorn. I want to know why Capricorns think if they don't have something material or sexual to offer, that people will not see their value. You guys oftentimes feel like you're always failing, and like you need a plan, but you never really know what that plan is. And a lot of times, the answer to that question is usually pretty simple. Your communication sucks, and we understand that it's hard for you, but it doesn't matter, do better. Also, I promise Most people are not preying on your downfall, and everybody is out to get you, and you don't need to prove yourself to literally anybody. You add all this extra pressure to yourself. You also don't always have to manipulate situations to get your way. Moving on to Aquarius. I don't even know why I'm filming this section of the video, because every Aquarius is going to be in the comments like, I don't know what Aquarius is, you know, but that's not me. Because you all have 20 different identities and you have no idea who the fuck you are either. I find it really funny because Aquariuses are really easy to figure out, but they think that they're so hard to figure out. But you guys purposely make it so hard for you to have any sort of connections with anybody, friends, family, romantic connections. It does not matter. You guys make it difficult as shit. You guys can communicate, but oftentimes you're more concerned with being right. But you're not that perfect either, even though you think you are. And the fact that you guys expect the worst out of people low-key makes you the worst. Sometimes it's okay to hope for the best. No, but do I really have to do this one?
Yes.
Moving on to Pisces. I'm wearing Pikachu ears for this one because much like Pisces, it makes no fucking sense. Also, much like Pikachu, Pisces live in a fictional world. I'm gonna need you guys to stop creating scenarios in your head to be mad about, or people in your head to fall in love with. Yes, you guys are extremely empathetic, and so you feel for people's pain, and the good part of you wants to help. The bad part of you has a savior complex. Pisces is one of the most intuitive zodiac signs, so imagine how powerful you would be if you listened to it. You guys often use your intuition as a weapon instead of a warning.
I've always liked to play with
Rite of passage, classic havoc, matching the guest stain. That's right, shit. Unstoppable, legendary animal.
We ride it with passion, cause it's your birthday. Girl, you know I've been feeling.
So I want to talk about something that really pisses me off. Now, I'm a perfectionist to a fault. There's many reasons for this. As a kid, it was because I needed to be perfect at school. That way nobody would ask me what was going on at home because it was already extremely toxic. On top of that, I just have a lot of drive and ambition. Now, I've never been a skinny girl, but I was never that overweight. And then I had my son. And after that, I blew up and I was over 300 pounds. Now, I lost 130 of that and I'm damn proud of that. However, there's things that stay with you, you know? Because I don't care what anybody says, being fat is a traumatic experience when you have to deal with fat folk people. There's nothing wrong with being fat. I was beautiful. Fat people are beautiful. But what really stayed with me is that when you are fat, the way that the world views you, you have to be absolutely perfect. Walking upstairs, don't breathe too hard. Then you're just a fat girl that can't walk up some stairs. Trying to eat on a date? Why would you even think of that? Laughing too hard without covering your face so that you could hide your double chin? Even trying to dance or just enjoy anything was such a chore because you knew that if you did it wrong or if you looked any type of silly or just like a normal human being and you were not perfect all the time, if you did not meet the highest standard of expectation, it was automatically because you were fat. And when you lose weight, the after effects of that trauma stay with you. I still feel like people are laughing at me all the time for the simplest things. The standards that society has placed on women already are unbearable. But try being a fat woman. And on top of that, try being a fat black woman or a fat woman of color. I can't even imagine. I started to see all the comments and all the tweets and the Facebook posts and Instagram posts about all those people that think that they're high and mighty because they're little gym rats. Telling fat people to give up before they've even started because they're just a waste of space, taking up their precious gym time. And I just want to give a big fuck you to those people because fat people don't owe you anything. They don't need to lose weight. They don't need for you to approve of their body. They don't need to stay out of the gym. It's just funny because you guys will be the same people saying that they're lazy. Half of us are too afraid to walk into a gym because we're aware of the ridicule that will follow. I still won't go to a gym. I now work out at home. I lost 130 pounds without ever stepping foot into a gym. And it's because I will never be perfect. But fat people have no choice but to.
When people say that I'm sassy, like, oh my god, yeah, you're sassy. Like, no, I'm not. I'm rude. I'm rude and I'm mean-spirited, but since I'm gay, people seem to love it. The things I say, straight people couldn't get away with. But, you know, since I like men, they're like, slay queen, God's ruin.
I've always liked to play with
Rite of passage, classic havoc, matching the guest stain. That's right, shit. Unstoppable, legendary animal. Baby, get that babe. Probably got a lot of other bitches, oh you babe. So good, had to save that shit for later.
So I'm going to start this video off by saying you do not have to agree with me. I know that I'm going to get a lot of mixed reviews and opinions on this matter. It's fine, but a lot of your guys' mindsets on manifestation or how you are manifesting are just
wrong. And that's not something that I say lightly, because spirituality and the process of manifestation is a very, very personal experience. So to try to say that any one person is doing it incorrectly is honestly kind of a dick move, but hear me out. You know what drives me crazy is those posts of like that make manifestation sound like a capitalist boss babe process. Like, sorry, don't have time to talk. I'm a boss babe. I'm stacking paper and I'm manifesting my reality. Kind of defeats the whole fucking purpose of manifesting. You're supposed to be trusting and having faith that the things that you desire and that are meant for you are going to come to you because you trust the universe and the process. And you guys are making it a grind thing. I don't want to grind. And what's worse is that a lot of people look at manifestation and they get this God complex, because when they first walk into it, they do have this faith and they're excited by the fact that because they have faith and trust in the universe, that things are going to come to them. And then all of a sudden it becomes an ego thing. I'm going to have everything that I deserve right now because I fucking said so and that's the way that it is. And I am all fucking powerful. Confidence is important. Understanding your value is important. Knowing your worth is important. Being clear about your goals and what you want is all important. And yes, those are major factors for manifestation. But you are not fucking God. You do not have control over other people's free will. You're not in fucking charge. And that's where a lot of people get frustrated. Like, I'm manifesting. I know that it's mine to have. Why isn't it coming to me? Well, for starters, what are the intentions behind your manifestations? Are you attempting to manifest a career push or a certain job so that you can get a parent's approval, or because that job would be fulfilling? Are you trying to manifest that dream body to conform to society beauty standards, to get an ex back? Or are you doing it because you love yourself and you want to be healthy? The universe could grant your manifestation no matter how selfish, put you in a new car tomorrow, brand new house, amazing job, so much money in the bank. But in your current state of mind right now, with the work that you have done on yourself, would you even know what to do with it? And that's the whole thing. Y'all want to manifest, but you guys want to skip steps. It's a new year. Let go of the God complex. Let go of the need to rush. Understand that it's not your time frame and that you still have more to learn and the universe has more to bring you.